Hold on. Hang on. Okay, take two. From Australia to Bahrain, welcome to China for the Transnation eSports Round 3 F3 Championship. I'm Brett Keenan, joined in commentary by Matthew Elliott, and we've got a few drivers getting ready to get underway for today's race. So we're just having a look quickly through the list, waiting on one more driver, but either way I think we'll just get underway. So Matthew, China, not the most publicised circuit on the F1 calendar for league racing in general. Just tell the viewers what you personally believe of the circuit and what makes it so difficult for people to kind of make a comprehension on it.
I hate it. Probably the easiest way to put it. I just don't gel with it, and it's one of those, yeah, it's got a long back straight, but you gotta be really counting on your car in the second sector mainly, and the first sector. So you kinda gotta, I would say, compromise. If you can run lower downforce through those more technical sectors, then you'll probably be better off.
So 14 drivers actually, I should say, taking to the street. We might have a 15th when Radimus makes his appearance. In fact, he's only just joined now, so he will have to sit qualifying out, which is a bit unfortunate for the pole sitter at Bahrain. We also have the introduction of a few new drivers today, so Matt will also now take the time to run us through that.
Alright, we have Cruel Edo, Eden Haas from, I think that was the Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Herzegovina, yeah.
And a T-Simic 88, that is, hold on a sec, let me look at my notes. Philippe Garbiard.
In the Ferrari.
Those are the only two this week, yeah.
And also, we also like to reiterate that Radimus, who we believed was Slovakian, is actually from the Czech Republic, so a little different there. So sorry, we were watching John there, and we've been specifically told not to watch him. So we'll watch the driver who was behind Jordan, which I think might have been, actually no, there was a driver in front of him. Might have been, well, so it was Jonathan Carton. So, as you've noticed, again, Jonathan Carton back from a couple of sabbaticals, has come back, has scored points in every race so far this season, a 6th place in Australia and 10th in Bahrain. So here's our new driver, Philippe Garbiard, number 96, in the Scuderia Ferrari, replaces Liam Winder, who has not yet got the game. So F3 is now officially, I think, one driver shy of a full grid, isn't it, technically?
Yeah, I think we're just missing a Racing Point driver.
Yes, because we've also got a replacement at Mercedes that won't be attending until Spain, and that's Juraj Pokas from Slovakia as well. So we've got it's quite interesting how we've always tended to pick up some new drivers from one region and then they end up inviting their friends, so we have a mass. So what we're going to do here actually is we're going to watch this lap from Philippe and see how he tackles the circuit. He's on the medium tyre at the moment. We've got a yellow flag. I won't address the situation unless we can see it. It's in sector 3, so unless Matt wants to rush back.
We're just slowing down.
Yeah. So coming through the fast flowing corners into this hairpin bend, I think this is roughly turn 5. It's hard to say because a lot of people reckon that the first the winding complex into that point is considered as 2 turns, so, or 3 turns, so it's very hard to make do with the information given there. It's actually going through quite nicely, handling the car quite smoothly through these. Ooh, a little bit raggedy in there. That corner really requires you to have at least a turn in, or 1 turn of the wheel, so the fact that he got on the curb means that he did have to give it a second stab in directional position. Like, how did he approach? Well, he's quite flat through there, so that's not too bad. If you can go flat through there, especially even on the medium tyre, that's a good job there for any driver. So of course traction control does play a part in that as well, and of course over the week there's been an update patch on the car's visuals. We'll just see as Jonathan does a 135.1 to go to the top provisionally. Jordan's already gone straight to the pits. Fabio to the top now with a 32.4. Here comes Philippe, P2 with a 33.5. So Fabio, the defending champion, already making some pretty good inroads. We'll just see who's the next guy that's gonna cross the line. That's a Red Bull. It's Jaden. Jaden is currently, oh no, sorry, there was actually someone. Diogo goes 33.3. Jaden 33.6. Fabio's the only one.
34 flat.
Yep. Oh, Daniel to the top. 32.49. 435.
Quite ironic considering he was saying that it wasn't that good at this track.
Yeah, but in saying that, you can look at the top 2 on the tyre train. They're both on the softs, whereas Diogo and Philip are both on the mediums. Jaden on the softs. Eden Haas, the new guy, has done a 34 flat on the hards. That's not too bad actually for a hard time. So we estimate roughly about a 1.2 second transition from the hards to the softs. So you're looking at about a 32.8 based on that on the soft. So that would just put him in 3rd place based on that information. So that's pretty good looking at that. Just having a look, Mark's done a 36.4 on the hard, so Mark's looking to try and run the strategy he ran in Bahrain, which successfully scored him points. Just staying on board with Jaden here to see if he goes for another one. No, looks like he's going to abandon that one. Jonathan definitely looks like... No, sorry, Mark definitely looks like he's running another one. Definitely don't go down the straight at full pace. If you do, someone's sector 3. That's just Daniel slowing down. It looks like he's the only one in sector 3 at the moment other than Mark. So Mark must be continuing a lap here. We'll have a look and see if he is. And he does a 36.3, which is, no, 36 dead, sorry. So he has improved his time, but not enough to make it think, oh god, eek! Is that Jordan? It was Jordan he nearly made contact with.
Lagging all over on my screen.
Yeah, Jordan is lagging quite badly, so this could be an interesting telling point. Now, just in the last couple of minutes, Matty Smith, the championship points leader, has moved up to 7th with a 34.3 on the mediums. His teammate is in behind him with a 34.5 on the hards. So definitely a lot of people trying to play a different strategy. I agree on the most part that the drivers that are not wanting to be on the soft tyre are probably making the best call, because this track has a tendency to eat the soft tyre quite badly. So it's not based on degradation like it is for Spain or Silverstone or places like that with high track temps. It's just with the sheer fact that you've only really got the long back straight and the main straight, and then it's just a series of winding turns. So the tyres aren't being given very much in the way of breathing time between each sector, so it does tend to chew the tyres up quite a lot. But for that we look at things. So riding here with looks like Nicholas Adams on a lap here. He'll be wondering about his teammate who hasn't made a single race appearance in a while, but we know that his teammate's going to be racing in the Transnation eSports Regional. Now, actually, just while we got your attention too at the moment, as we just watched Nicholas try and complete this lap on the hard tyre, he's going to go P11 with a 39.5. The reason we didn't have any racing last night in the Transnation Supercar Championship is because we have elected to actually just scrap it in place of a new GT3 Championship that will start in a couple of weeks' time. We'll have more information about it maybe in a non-live video, or might talk about it more later on this afternoon when we do our Transnation Gaming video, which I'm pretty sure is just GTA 5 again.
I'm actually in favor of the GT3. Just seems like a better option. I mean, the supercars is cool, but only having one make-up car, Same with the Porsche and the Toyotas. This way we get a little variety in the racing. Got the Acuras, the Nissans, Ferraris, McLarens, Genettas.
Yeah, so it's basically Noah's Ark. So you're not going to have a team of 4 Ferraris or a team of 1 Mercedes sort of thing. You can have 2 cars from different manufacturers making up the 16 field, and it's going to be an interesting telling point to see who does what in it. Could probably release a few things, but we'll wait till next week when we probably have a more committed driver lineup, and then we can run it by then. But for now, we're just waiting to see what's going on with these times. It looks like Nicholas has improved from his previous outlook to a 35 thing. Here's Joseph Roberts, in fact, we've got 2 drivers that will actually make their race starts for this weekend. Joseph Roberts and Nate Pinkert, Joseph looks like he hasn't been able to get a lap in at the moment. I think he might have been on an out lap actually, so that's probably explaining him.
Yeah.
And here comes Nate, who is still presumably on an out lap. I thought usually the out lap symbol disappeared after.
It's gone now. He's on his fire.
So no changes really up the front. No real changes actually in the way of the tyre strategies either. So nobody's really chopping and changing their minds based on the information. They top 2 definitely staying on the softs. Second row definitely staying on the mediums. Diogo hasn't actually come back out. Jaden now actually jumps Diogo with a 33.2, so that puts another soft runner. Yeah, so it puts the 3 main soft runners onto the front 3 positions on the grid. Now that's a sector 2 incident. That's not normally a slowdown period. That's usually an incident, but can't see anything, so they must have got through it. Fabio on screen here now, about to complete a lap again. Can he knock down Daniels? I mean, there's not much to find, and he does it
Joseph
anyway.
with a 34.7.
Yeah, P10, and Fabio goes to the top with a 32 dead. So that'll
Didn't get it in the 31s. Shame. Not a very happy camper there.
No, not really. No, Radimus was given the time frame. We even waited out the 5 minutes, but still didn't make it in time. So, these are the kind of things why we have deadlines on times. Looks like Axel in F2 is also having some dramas, but he kind of needs to work on fixing his PlayStation, so we can invite him. Let's just have a quick look at the F2 at the moment, see where everyone should really turn it down. So currently in the F2, we've actually got the new guy, Adam Preog, in position 1 from March. So March Jasandi could actually get his best ever F2 qualifying based on this. We've got 3 minutes left, they've got a minute left. Robin looking to try and get pole position here, and he doesn't move, he goes to 3rd, so looks like March could get his best F2 qualifying in his career, so that's a good result for him. His teammate's in P5, which is Oliver Coleman. It looks like F3 doesn't have his, actually only has a little less than us at the moment, so what do we got? 2 minutes 30 on the clock. Looks like nobody's made any major gains. Well, it looks like, actually, hang on, just saying that. It looks like Philippe has moved onto the soft tyre. Jonathan has moved to the soft tyre. Nate was already on the soft tyre. He's only done a 36.4, so very unfortunate for Nate at the moment. But good to see him back in the sport. I'm a bit surprised that actually, that Eden... Well, actually, no, sorry, Eden now has moved to the medium, so he's not too keen on the idea of staying on the thing. So what we'll do, Matt, I'm going to put you on the ball here, I'm going to chuck you on the TV pod of, oh, that's probably invalidated already. So right on board with Philippe and do a virtual lap around China.
Alright, coming into this first turn, you go balls to the wall pretty much and just let the car do the work. You don't really have to do a lot of braking here, you just use the engine braking. Come down here into turn 2, make left, sometimes downshift, get a little rotation. And get on the power as fast as you can coming out of there. Watch that little kink. Hard braking zone right here.
Ooh,
almost a hairpin. Ooh.
Gave that a whack.
Then you kind of come into here, try to take this flat. It's a little harder in this year's game. And then another right-hander. Well, this is a section of the track that people have a lot of trouble with. The 2 left-handers coming onto a straight. I took that pretty well. Brake about 100 or 75 meters out and up to the snail section. You want to try to get close to the apex as you're going on the power. You drift a little wide out there and down the straight as fast as you can go. If you can, in qualifying, try to get a little slipstream from somebody in front. Got a couple cars up ahead. Hard braking. Try to get on the power as quick as possible. Coming up to the final turn, a little left-hander. It's an easy spot to invalidate if you're not careful. Whoa. Oh! What?
Yeah, I saw that myself, but I don't know what to make of it. He stopped. Like, he literally stopped on the line. I would have...
Wow.
I mean, it's hard to say how much time he lost by doing it, but...
I know, he just still... I mean, he still improved by like half a second, but... How much time did he give up?
Did he feel like the lap was going to be too good, and so he actually elected to drop the slow down to make it not so convening? But I don't know. It's not something you see every day. Good qualifying either way. Good
Interesting.
qualifying by Jaden at the moment. He's looking quite strong. Diogo is going to be the first driver of the medium runners. Ken's improved up to P6. I don't think Eden has actually managed to improve yet, but he's on a lap now.
Ooh.
Yeah, even other drivers,
from Fabio.
even other drivers have kind of sat there and questioned why he's done it. So a lot of people, other people watching this as well. So can Fabio get into the 1 minute 13.1s? We'll remain to see. For the championship points leader, it's P9 at the moment, so he'll have a bit of work to do. Mark down in P12. Joseph in his first race back, P11. Nate back in his first race back in. So did Eden improve? Yeah, he did. He went up to P4, and Fabio gets into the 31s, 31.7. Not bad there from Fabio. So at the end of it, it looks like Daniel didn't improve at all, but still managed to hold on to P2 with that time. And then, of course, that
that's qualifying.
That very interesting moment there by Philip.
Yeah, that was weird. I've never seen anybody do that.
And Jaden was claiming that he had a purple middle sector, but it looks like...
Well, you can have a purple and 2 reds and still...
I'll take a time now just to have a quick look at the... So with the formation lap, yeah, so March has managed to retain that qualifying, and Adam Priog is on pole.
We have a nice dry F3 race,
which is good for them. Usually means that it's going to rain for the F1 guys, which is not good for us.
I might just call it a day early and go play some Minecraft or something.
And according to Mike, he had to work today, so that's why he's not in. So 14 cars, 15 upon the start of the race, with Redeem Sebasta late to the party. Probably won't be in his McLaren where he should be. Okay, actually, look, we've finally got some information pertaining Philippe's, sorry. Why do I keep thinking Gabriel? Oh well. Technical problem.
Oh, something wrong with his wheel?
Maybe. I know I'm having a few issues with mine at the moment, so I'm not looking forward to too many high-speed tracks at the moment. So here's your top 14 at the moment. So, yeah, 4 seconds separating the top 20 or top 14. 0.7 of a second separates the top 2, and then yeah, with that technical issue, could have probably cost Philip P1, maybe, we don't know, but only 7/1000ths of a second faster than Eden Haas in the Racing Point, and Eden's the first driver on the medium, so he's going to be pretty well sorted if he can come out of turn 1 intact. Now, oh, big bright sunny day, huh? I think we've been had.
Oh yeah. I think it's just the Chinese pollution.
Yeah, something like that. God, no wonder no Chinese drivers sign up in this league anyway. So, the first turn into China has always been one of those most interesting. It definitely, as a commentator, it's been one of the most interesting first turns since we started back in 2017. For the drivers, though, it's not the most glamorous feeling. You generally want to be P1 and get a good start, or you want to be in dead last and have a bad start, because it's usually pandemonium. But before we start the pandemonium, Matt's going to run us through the TKA media starting grid for today's race.
Alright, starting P1, reigning F3 champion Fabio Farcioli. P2, Daniel Budwell. P3, Philip. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, I don't want to be that dick. P4, Eden Haas. P5, Jaden Felter. P6, Diogo Cruz. P7, Joseph Roberts. P8, Ken Doyle. P9, Jordan Dittmer. P10, Maddie Smith. P11, Jonathan Carton. P12, Mark Bratby. P13, Nicholas Adams. P14, Nathan Pinkert. And P15, Radim Sebesta.
So, I did my best, Jordan, to not mention you too much through qualifying, so we can do it now. But he's done a pretty good job actually to put himself ahead of the championship points leader. Pretty strong position. He starts on the mediums as well, so I can't remember what his exact time was, but he'll be in a pretty strong position once all the soft runners, which is only 4 cars at the moment, will all come in, and I would estimate roughly about lap 5, lap 6 to see the soft runners in. I would say someone like Fabio and Jaden will definitely try to maybe extend their stints just a little bit, just to get a better edge. We're not 100% sure what.
Ooh. 4 cars got DQ'd and thrown back on the grid.
Have they? I can't see it on my perspective. Usually they go blank in the thing, but oh well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the top 3 have kind of really pulled away from the rest of the field. In fact, in saying that, the top 3 isn't even meant to be the top 3. It's actually Philip's actually fallen back off. Oh yeah, so we've got Jordan, one of the Haases, which I would think is Jonathan. In fact, I think it's both Haases actually.
I think both,
so
yeah.
So Jonathan and Mark, yeah, and Jordan's
I think Nicholas Adams too.
Yeah, Jordan's lagging quite a bit, so I'm a bit concerned about how this will play out. And of course, if it was lag that played a part in what happened between him and Bojan in Bahrain, could maybe have to look at that. But either way, the lights are building up. We're about to see the revs. Diogo hopefully will not jump the start. It's lights out and away we go for the
clean
Chinese Grand Prix. And it was a beautiful launch by Fabio, but it looks like Daniel's had a secondary jump boost, and Philippe has had a really good start as well.
Oh, Jordan with spin.
Yep, here comes the chaos. Jordan's been punted off. Nicholas Adams has been caught in that somehow. He's all dropped all the way to the back, but it's still going on in the second part of the sector. Diogo's trying to funnel his way through Eden. Joseph Roberts has had a beautiful start. I don't know where he's come from. Just have a look and see. Have a quick look at the positional changes. Oh, he's only made 2 positions. Why do I think that? Oh well. But Radim Sebesta has gone from P15 to 9th. He's had an amazing start. Oh, he's got... Is that Ken? No, that's Maddie having a wild look up the inside. Diogo's gone absolutely flying off the circuit. Radim's still trying to fight with Ken Doyle now.
Jeez.
Radim's up to P8 from the back of the field. That's an incredible start. And it just doesn't look like he's going to stop there. Oh, someone's gone horrendously wide into the into what I call Keenan Corner, because that's where I flew off in Season 1. So the field's gotten through pretty cleanly. Jordan's gone further backwards down the field, down to P14, so 15. So he's had a pretty bad run. But your order at the moment, as Jaden's actually just cleared Daniel there.
Is going for another one? He's getting really close.
Yeah, so Fabio leads from
right now.
Fabio leads from Philip, then it's Jaden, then it's Daniel, Eden, Haas in his first race, Joseph in his first race back, Radim P7. He's going around the outside of Diogo at turn 2. Oh, there's contact between the two. Guys. Oh, he's biffing barging, but they're done. Radim Sebesta from P15 up to P7 on the first lap. Oh, and one of the Mercs that was Ken, wasn't it?
Ken.
Oh, Ken. No, Ken! No, I'm getting dramatic again.
It was an earthquake.
It was an earthquake. And Jordan's in the pits as well, so Jordan's obviously attaining some front wing damage from his first lap incident, so we're just gonna have a quick look at his car at the moment, just based on it's not lagging as much as it was in qualifying, but it's still, as I said, it was problematic back then. So the rest of the cars seemed kind of ironic when you're a New Zealand host and the one car that's lagging is a New Zealand driver. That doesn't make sense. But Fabio's looking a little defensive at the moment with Philip right on the back of him. So Ferrari showing some real good speed here. Oh my god, they're going 3 wide into the hairpin. Eden's going to try and funnel his way through. He's got a bit of biff and barge nearly. They're going to go 3 wide again into the last turn. This has got the recipe for disaster. Just hold our breath.
And here comes Redeem. Oh my goodness!
Redeem is going to absolutely...
This guy is ridiculous.
He's got us. He's done it. He's actually done it. Redeem's Bester is in 3 laps. Has already got himself into the podium position, and to top it off, he's on the medium tyre. He could. He's.
This is fucking awesome. I'm sorry for the language, but
how about you crying? This is incredible. I've never seen someone with... I mean, I've seen this before in the past with a driver in F1 a few years back, Noah Weck and his brother. They could qualify at the back and then be at the front pretty quickly. But I mean, he's got no setup. So as far as we're aware, he's on the default setup, and he's just absolutely brained them at the start. Ken's now come in for his stop, and he's actually got ahead of Jordan, got ahead of him in that. But that's incredible. Just to note too, Mark's actually made a pretty good start as well. He's up to P9 ahead of Maddie and his teammate. So looks like Jonathan's had a bit of an off coming somewhere as well. He's quite a fair bit back, and he's coming under attack from... Is there front wing damage? Yeah, there is actually. So there is some front wing damage on the front of Jonathan's car. So he'll come under attack from Nicholas in a moment. And Nate just hanging back, probably just enjoying the fact that he's back racing. Oh god, the battle! Oh god, it's still going on for the bloody best of the rest at the moment. You got Daniel harassing the back of sector 3. Oh, Jonathan's, I think, maybe has had an altercation with thing there, but yeah, Eden Haas now going around the outside at turn 1 on Jaden. Jaden actually drifts a little wide, but then Eden, beautiful move. It's not a very characteristic part of the track to make an outside overtake, but I suppose if you can get the traction in, which I suppose would be pretty much set in stone now that the soft tyres will be starting to actually give up a little bit. In fact, we've got both Nicholas and Jonathan in, so I think they have had an altercation together. In fact, will any of them lose out to Jordan? I think Jonathan might. Yep, Jonathan just loses out, but stays ahead of Ken.
The front runners on the softs are just dying right now. While Redeem just closes the gap.
Yep, but we've got a battle here, so Philip is going to now have a look on Fabio, most likely. We'll just watch the back of Fabio's car. Will Philip throw the car down the inside at the hairpin? No, he waits patiently, so probably not good in the idea that they're gonna lose time to Redeem, but that's usually starting at the back is usually the recipe for disaster, but for Redeem, he's just been able to keep his head, keep his calm, and it's just an incredible showing to see this. But yeah, it's still going on in the mid pack here. Well, I suppose you could cook. Jaden's holding his own now, but now Diogo, Matt, and Mark actually is in combat now for position 6. So, Joseph goes a little wide. So Mark is actually slowly but surely bringing himself further up the field as these medium hard tyres start to kick in now, and you can easily see that drivers on the soft tyre, like Daniel for example, is starting to fall absolutely off the cliff with that. He's gone from P2 where he started, now he's down to P9. So a lot of this instance is made so much ramifications for the soft runners, and you can see it too at the front because Redeem has cut that gap down by nearly a second in the space of a lap, so he'll be on the back of these guys, and these two will be kind of wondering when they need to come in, because the last thing you want to do is put yourself in the fence because you've overdone your tyres. Because you've got to remember, they've done an out lap, a quali lap, an in lap, formation lap, and then 5 laps already. So they've probably done roughly about 8 laps on these tyres already. Redeeming is now on perfectly fresh medium tyres. Now, yep, they're both reacting, so they're not... Oh, and Fabio's made a Hamilton mistake, and they're going to go side by side in the pits. Oh. And Fabio's actually surrendered the spot. It's an unusual kind of circumstance, and I think Fabio did the right thing by actually giving the spot up rather than protesting it. But I actually think, yeah, Fabio, I think... Oh no, just because it looked like Philippe had a really slow launch out of pit lane, so just bear with me for a second. I just need to... Sorry, that's better. Just had to blow my nose. So Redeem now from in 6 laps has gone from the back of the field to leading the race, and based on strategy, he looks like he's pretty well sorted. I mean, what tyres did they put on? So Philip put on the mediums, which to me says 2 stop. Fabio's put on the hards, which to me says 1 stop. Those hard tyres will be in agony by the end of the race if that's his plan. So this battle between Diogo, Joseph, Mark, and you could say Matty is now a part of this. So a good battle here for now. What is it on track at the moment? Position 3. Effectively, it's roughly about position 6. So I think, has Daniel made a stop as well? Yes, he has. So there's no more soft runners because Jaden must have... Oh, sector 2. I think that's Jonathan. Yep, Jonathan's had a moment. That looks like... Yeah, just before the twisty back and forth. So Jonathan not having a very good race today. Jordan right on the back of Nicholas Adams at the moment, actually. I think, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure Nicholas was behind. Was Nicholas in front or behind Jordan when they made their stops?
I don't remember.
Yeah, neither, but either which way, Jordan's going to go around the outside with DRS. He's got the straight line, but does he have the turnability? No, Nicholas shuts the door, so good battle here. Oh, Jordan's actually going to... Oh, Jordan, I'm not so sure about this one.
Oh, corner cut.
I think they kind of evened it out because Jordan corner cut and Nicholas track extended, so I think they both kind of got to reap that for that, but... Redeem is absolutely flying at the moment. I don't think he's got the fastest lap of the race. Yeah, he will probably get it back. Oh no, he does actually. 36.1 I think that says. No, 36.4.
And he's extending the gap too.
Yeah, so he was quite upset that he missed qualifying, but I don't really think it matters in the end because he's absolutely braining them. But one advantage, no, actually, I would have said one major disadvantage to today's race for
Mark's
the soft.
making a move.
Oh, he's done it. Joseph had a...
Oh.
Yeah, Joseph's got front wing damage as a result of that. He'll probably end up coming in. Yep. So he's not going to waste too much time on that front wing. Yeah, that was a little decent. I could see that. It was... Oh, sector 1.
How about Mark up in the P4?
Yeah, that's an effective, and that's through strategy. So, I mean, the leaders are not that far behind. They're about 4 seconds behind Maddie and Mark at the moment. Fabio, actually, the gap to from Fabio to Philip is quite extensive too. But of course, we know that based on strategy, we think that the medium runners who started are in the box seat, so we're looking roughly at the top two
My
being
God.
Redeem and Eden.
Redeem, 12 seconds.
Yeah, he's not pissing around, that's for sure. Just looking down through the field at the moment, it doesn't look like Jonathan came in after that altercation. He must have been able to avoid front wing damage from that accident. Yeah, it looks like he has gotten away with it. The gap between Jordan and Nicholas has decreased. I think Ken has got them both as well. So Nate up in the points in P9 at the moment. He's got his teammate ranging up behind him, and then Jaden is 12 seconds behind Fabio, who's actually now attacking the back of Philip. Now they ghosted for a split second there, so I wonder what the heck that was all about. Ghosting's off as far as I'm aware, but I suppose we'll just keep an eye on this for the time being. While we do that, I'm gonna give the F3 guys, viewers, a bit of insight on what's happening at the moment in the F2 race. So we'll quickly go to that now and have a flick around and see what's going on. Currently, Amiral bloody headlining the friggin' chat bit. So Robin leads from Adam with Ethan in third, Albert in fourth, Matt Coy in fifth, Amiral sixth, Sebastian P7, March, who started second, P8, Banana Josh in P9, and Eduardo still in the race in P10. The only two casualties are Oliver and Melvin. So that's not too bad, and they're definitely got a better race, format than us at the moment. It's definitely clearer sky conditions. So yeah, Fabio right on the back of Philip, who both of these guys are ranging up on the back of Mark and Matty. Matty's now within DRS range of Mark. Mark is actually gaining a little bit on Diogo as well, so although if it wasn't for the Mark goes a little wide, but if Mark hadn't made that, well, if Joseph and Mark hadn't had that little coming together, I think Mark would have been in more of a position to strike. I don't think I've seen any penalties at the moment.
I haven't either. I'll take a look at the race director, see what we got going.
In the meantime, the gap at the front's kind of stabilising a little bit now. Redeem's lead is 13.7 seconds, but it's not dramatically increasing as before, so it looks like he's just now found himself a rhythm and he's going with it. Okay, so that's his racing number. I don't think I ever grabbed Eden's race number for the thing, so that's alright, and we've got Philippe's number now, so that's good too. Jordan now right back on the back of Nicholas again, so Jonathan not too far back. Is Jordan going to try and do something here at turn 1? No. Thinks better for it. And I think I was trying to explain to that earlier in qualifying, never got the chance to. I don't know what happened that changed the subject, but the as of this week there was an F1 update which patched the liveries for the F1 cars, and I can say now, with not tooting horns or anything, but the Ferrari just looking that ever more beastly with the 90 years stickers on it. Shut up. But yeah, it definitely looks more striking than before, and a few changes as well. I think McLaren's also had an update patch, and the Racing Point 2 has also been updated.
Ooh, and he's almost lost it.
So 9 laps on the medium tyre. Is that the norm? Wait, what the heck is going on here? I could just that Williams.
Whoa!
What?
What's he doing on the fucking? What's he doing on the straight?
Huh? Well, that was weird because he came flying into turn 3. Oh, Jonathan, I think Jordan and Nicholas have come together.
That was weird.
Oh, and again, and again. Yeah, so I'll explain it from my perspective, and I'll see if you can verify whether that was for you as well. So, Matty came in, and he didn't slow down. He was speeding in pit lane like he was going down the main straight. He then turned into the pits, got serviced, then his car just disappeared.
Yep, and he wound up on the pit straight, on the grid.
Yeah, and back down in P9 instead of P5 where he was fighting with Mark. Maybe there was a... Ooh, speaking on that, what's going on there? Mark's just been centre punched by Philip. Philip has lost his rear...
by Philip.
Yeah, Philip's lost a bit of his front wing, and Mark has been left in obscurity, but that was maybe desync. Oh, someone's in. That's Diogo.
Diogo.
Maybe Matty had a problem, maybe Matty had a spin on the pit, but then it desynced into looking like he came into the pits. Now, let's see what that front wing damage is going to do to Philip, because it looks like Mark at the same time is actually going to try and... Mark, I know it's probably frustrating, but the last thing you want to do is get even.
Tag him back. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do it.
No, you don't want to do that, especially when it's a bit different in the circumstance that Philip is fighting for a position in the race, whereas Mark's kind of out of sequence. So the last thing Mark's going to want to do is, he's having a go. Someone's gone off at 3. Matty again, I think.
That was weird.
Yeah, Matty.
It just popped up that he got the 5-second speeding in pit lane penalty.
Okay, well this is weird.
On my screen.
3-second time penalty for Nicholas, but that was a blatant... Oh, he's just been clouded up the rear by Jonathan, who's managed to get past Jordan. Oh no, Jordan's... Wait, why is Jordan's tyres not only recognising as doing... Oh no, it's 10 laps, sorry, that's my bad. Oh, here we go. Mark down the inside of Philip. And that front wing is killing Philip. He will need to come in and get that fixed. I think Philip was on a 2-stop strategy anyway, but he's going to have to...
Oh yeah, he's shot in.
Yep, so I would put that down to desync. There was nothing wrong in what Mark did. Oh, 5 seconds. So that's... Bad race gone worse for Philip. Oh, and Nicholas is gone as well, so...
I would just call it quits.
Yeah, I do feel like we've had ruling on that one before, but I don't know. Okay, so here we go. A spazzing out Jordan on the back of Jonathan. DRS activated. Is Jonathan going to go defensive? No, he's not actually. Jordan's going to go straight down the inside. Jonathan tries to do his last minute late braking. It actually works this time.
Jeesh. Oh.
But Jordan's going to...
ghosting into him.
Yeah, and ghosting's off, so that's even... Look, there he is again. There's Matty.
What is going on?
It almost looks like to me that every time Matt tries to go in the pits, he's getting reset to the track.
Oh my goodness.
The championship points leader is in turmoil at the moment based on information that it could be that he's being forced to stay out. Now, race leader in. Ooh, this could be interesting. He's going to
stay in the lead.
Oh, is he though? Because here comes Fabio down the straight.
Yeah, he's going to keep it.
Added a bit of dramatic tension there for viewers. Yep, held on to it. Not by much, but enough that basically he'll now use these mediums to full effect and drive away with it. So Fabio will now need to kind of recollect his thoughts and think, now this season might not be as easy as he thought it would be. Mark's still out. Eden is about 7 seconds back, so let's have a look. Oh no, we can't really look at the thing, so we'll look at the gaps at the moment. So Mark should filter in. Oh, hang on, Jonathan and Jordan are at it again. Well, this time Jonathan's gone horrendously wide. We'll just wait and see what's going on with Matty, because he's now on the Discord. Ooh, Jonathan's really trying to hustle the back of Jordan. Is there any other battles coming on as we speak? No, not really. Oh, Sector 3, we've got an incident. And it's Matty
Probably
again.
Our closest ones, Diogo and Joseph.
So Matty's obviously paused while he's trying to figure out what the heck is going on. So my race is totally glitched. Tried pitting 3 times, roll in pits at 22 miles per hour, and then just takes me on the straight finish line at a standstill. So he is... So yeah, he's not able to pit. His car is physically unable to pit at the moment, caused by glitching. Which... oh, his paused car at the moment is actually interfering with,
We're gonna have to ask Matty to record his video or capture it, and then we can submit it to Codemasters, because that's ridiculous.
yeah, that's an interesting one. Wonder... don't really want to say it could be based on Jordan's internet, because he's the only one really lagging in this whole race. So let's keep an eye... oh shit, Jonathan was having to move there. I wanted to keep an eye on this. So here we go. So Matty in. And in. There we go. No. No, it's doing that thing again.
Wow.
No, it's not making up its mind now. Yeah, that's
That's disgusting.
I would just pull the car over and just call it a day, because I don't think there's much else he can do, really. It's...
you're not gonna be able to take these tires to the end.
No. Well, he can't anyway, because if he hasn't made a stop, then he has to, then he'll get disqualified for not using the tyre compound. Now, Mark's just made a move on Philip. So Mark has gone onto the medium tyre, and he should go to the end. But yeah, I don't know what to... I'm absolutely... I feel for Matty at the moment. I'm really upset about this, because this is not only going to change how his championship plays out, but this is also not the kind of things we want to see in any league racing at all. So it's
yeah, you're fighting... I don't get it. You're fighting for a championship, and you can do nothing in this race to help it, because the AI or the code wants to kick you back out on the pit straight.
So yeah, it's hard to say what it comes down to. Does it come down to host? Does it come down to one person with bad internet, or does it come down to a bug? Because it doesn't look like F2's having that problem. But yeah, for Matty, it's a heartbreaking scenario. I mean, the fact that he's still racing at the moment is just incredible. If this was me, I would have just packed it in and just called it quits, because this kind of stuff is, you know, I've been the purveyor of incidences like this where pit lane glitches have cost me many a times in the race. So
oh my goodness.
what the heck? That's not even... oh no, I was going to say he's been teleported to a different side of the circuit. I just wonder...
that nice wall up there? I'd be going and clipping that one.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking, maybe... Matty, if you're watching the stream, if I could make a suggestion, maybe just go speeding in, just fly in there. Just don't worry about a penalty. I mean, you're already a lap down, maybe 2 laps down. You may as well just bloody, you know, take a gamble and just throw the car in the pit lane and see if it can do something. But yeah, that's just destroy it. Like, you know, the pit lane glitch where you get stuck in the pits because somebody retires in it. That is soul crushing as well, especially when you're in a strong position for it too. So yeah, this race has been really tuned up on its ears a little bit based on the thing. So we got Jordan in the points at the moment, but he has been on these tyres since lap 1, so he'll be expected back in. Jonathan is the same boat. He won't be able to stay on those tyres for long. So Ken, we can say, will definitely move up to the points based on that. Nate's been in. He's on complete strategy. Now, the best position car based on tyre temp position is Eden Haas with 5 laps on his hards. And then Diogo's 6 laps on his, and then you got Mark 2 laps into his medium stint. Now let's see again. So Matty again now attempting. No, he's actually not even going to try it this time. He's actually just going to deal with it, it looks like. So I mean, technically speaking, if he just paused his game and walked away, other than the fact that his car would be an absolute hindrance to the field, his tyres would at least survive the distance. But I'm just perplexed by this, so perplexed. I mean, there are a lot of drivers complaining about lag and all that kind of stuff, which does suggest a few things. But yeah, it looks like at the moment the gap at the front is 7 seconds, so Redeem has truly blitzed the field today in what has been truly just something interesting. I mean, for him to carve his way through the field without any damage, mind you, you know, most people can carve their way through the field, don't get us wrong, but to do it with no damage and to be P6 by lap 1 and then P3 by lap 6, you don't see it too often. And the other thing you don't see too often is a sea of white with a few yellows here and there. Now the question is, can Mark catch Joseph by the end of this race and bag a 7th place? If he does, I mean, Mark's consistency over the course of the season so far, I mean, yes, we're only 3 races in, but to score a P5, a P7, and currently on course for a P8, maybe another P7 if he can catch Joseph and overtake him, it's been a pretty good season for Mark on his return.
Yeah. So glad he decided to return.
I mean, I'm sure he would have rather have raced at the later bracket, if there was an F4, I'm sure he would have probably put his hand up more eagerly to race an F4 than F3. Speaking on which, we are trying to reopen F4. So if anyone who is watching is not a member and would love to be a part of the Transnation eSports, doors always open to new members. Either comment in the comment section below, to which we will then track you down, give you a Discord invite into our servers. And once we have at least 10 drivers, as Fabio is in. Yep, Fabio is in. So that changes the field again. So, yeah, so comment in the comment section below if you're not a member and you want to take part, or if you know people that want to race in a, you know, fair but competitive league like the Transnation eSports. Again, leave their details in the comment section below, or happen to mention it to them and get them involved, because we want to keep expanding. We've opened up regionals, which are doing very well at the moment actually, so a lot of these guys from new guys in F2 and F3 are regional drivers as well, so they're taking part in our regional championship. So we're looking to expand ever more, and if you're not a part of us, join us today. We'd love to have you and love to race against you. The doors are always open. So Diogo Well, Fabio's pit stop has put him behind his teammate, but on much fresher tyres, so Fabio should be able to clear his way through, but I think electing... I mean, he could have probably finished on the strategy he was on, but I'm guessing he didn't feel comfortable on the hards going to the end.
Be a nice little battle between these two teammates.
Oh, looks
I know
like
they like to trash talk each other, so.
Yeah. Looks like Jonathan's made a mistake, which has allowed Ken to get through. Ken now has 10 seconds to make up to try and catch Jordan, who is 32 seconds behind his teammate. So Philip has had, after a good qualifying, is now trapped in the midfield, unfortunately, although he is catching Mark a little bit. Mark hasn't exactly made the ground he needs to try and attack Joseph, so... Oh, here we go. Actually, the battle between the two alphas is starting to heat up now, so this should be worth watching. Let's see if the trash talking between the two actually... Diogo's always often or Fabio's often always talked about how Diogo will punt him off the track every now and again during practice. So let's see what the respect is, because I mean, Diogo's fighting for position as well, so in fact this is actually a very good battle for the podium in general, because Jaden's not that far up the road from these lot either. So here we go. Fabio's having a sniff. Diogo didn't exactly give him space. So that's not a good start. It's hard to say whether these two are even in a party chat together, so we don't know what communications are like. Fabio will have DRS. Diogo doesn't defend, but he's not... Well, he's going to slip back in. Is he going to try and... Oh, no, here he comes! Oh... Probably Fabio maybe braked a little bit earlier than Diogo would have anticipated, so it's hard to say what happened there, but that's Fabio back up to P5, so he could still get P3. In fact, he's actually going to now attack Daniel around the outside, gets it done before he even gets to the corner, so Daniel doesn't fight either. Jaden, not so sure that he's going to be as complying as the other two. Unfortunately, based on the tyre differences, I don't think he's got much of a choice in that matter.
Well, he isn't a Red Bull. He could probably feel like Max Verstappen.
A Dutchman and a Red Bull, yeah, that's about as about as about as racist or as biased as you can be. But I mean,
I'm just saying he's on a tire that's worn, and he's gonna feel like that's Hamilton behind him.
Yeah, that is going to be a bit of that case. If it wasn't Mercedes, it would be a bit like the Hamilton Verstappen series in Hungary. Yeah, Matty still has not been able to come in from the looks of it. He's currently sitting 19 laps on those. Actually, hold on.
Fabio's gonna make a move. Here he goes.
And Diogo is going to have a move on Daniel and gets that job done as well. So Alpha's doing quite a good job at the moment. I just actually came to realise something. Matthew must have made a pit stop, because his lap count on his tyres doesn't stack, even though he's a lap down, doesn't stack up to the amount of laps we've completed. So he has made a stop. At least
I think
one.
he was gonna do the 2-stop.
Well, he kind of has to do the 1-stop at the moment, based on the fact he can't get into the pit, so it's not good for him, and it's definitely not good for his championship pursuit. He's definitely going to come out of this not the championship leader, but I think Redeem might actually come out of it as the championship points leader, based on the third in race Bahrain last weekend out. And just trying to see the fastest lap. Actually, Fabio still has Fabio now has the fastest lap by a margin, so I don't think... Although, in saying that, what's the gap to the lead at 21 seconds? Redeem could almost just about get a free pit stop out of this and go for the fastest lap if he wanted to.
Yeah. Oh, he's in.
Yeah, I thought this might him. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not we, the drivers, listening to the patch or not, so it's hard to say, but I think, where is Eden? So Eden's just coming around the last corner now.
I think he'll be fine.
Well, even if he does lose the lead, hang on, dramatic tension.
Ooh.
Yep. So even though Eden now takes the lead of the race, I mean, Redeem's pace has just been lightning bolt on top, and to top it off, soft tire. So Eden, I don't think is going to fight it. I personally wouldn't fight it, knowing that last thing you want to do, Redeem, is get wing damage in pursuit of the fastest lap. You don't want to throw this race away based on that, and you don't want to start getting penalties either, because Fabio could claw in this time during this period. Yeah, Redeem just a little impatient.
Ooh.
On the back of Eden at the moment.
Just wait till the straight, jeesh.
Yeah, you don't want to sit on the gearbox of the preceding car too much, because all it takes is,
there it goes.
Look at that traction difference. Eden had no chance. But and he got DRS stolen too. Oh, sector 3. Oh, is that Diogo off? Diogo's lost a spot. Yep, Diogo's had a spin. So that's going to put Joseph in with a shot too. Yeah, Joseph's going to have much more momentum. Diogo really, although in saying that, Diogo neither will have DRS because the activation point was so further down. And there's a sector 2. I can't see. This could benefit Mark a little bit. Why does it keep saying sector 2? There's nothing happening. Oh no, there we go. It's Maddie. So though, yeah, I don't blame him. Those tyres have got probably next to nothing left in them. 21 laps. I would say they're in about the 70s, 80s, maybe even 90s. Oh, Diogo's gotten back through on, I think, sector 1. Oh no, was that Mark that just... Yeah, Mark's just been spun. Well, Mark's just had a spin and been collected by Phillips. So again, the two have come together, and I don't know. Maybe Mark got on the grass, but he's only got 3 laps left to go, and he's got a 45-second gap to Ken, so he could afford to get in, get that front wing changed, and just get back out, and could try to go for the fastest lap if he wanted to. We're just waiting to see when... Actually, hang on, something's going on. There was a battle. I just saw a battle. No? Oh, yep. That's Jordan with the fastest lap of the race.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, Jordan's not in the... Oh, that cheeky little sod. Wait for it. No, Redeem didn't beat the time.
No, I think he was building up his ERS.
35.1 versus a 35.7. If Jordan stays outside the points, Jordan has done the cheekiest thing imaginable. In saying that though,
he'll just be overjoyed, and we'll hear about it.
Probably, but I mean, yeah,
you know we will.
Yeah. I'm just saying though, there's no real accomplishment behind it if you're going to take the fastest lap and not finish in the points. But in saying that, it means that someone else doesn't get it. But I'm sure Redeem will get it back. It sounds like a lot going on in F2, a lot of complaints as well about assist using, but
you signed up for it.
According to Matt, nothing he's doing is changing. Now, hang on. How did Ken get ahead of Matt? Mark was 45 seconds ahead.
Mark came in for tires. And the
Oh,
lane change.
damn it, I was looking at the leaderboard. I was looking at the leader splits, that's why. So, yeah, Mark will still score a point, and there's Redeem with a 34-8, which is quite impressive. Sector 3 incident. Is that Maddie again? No.
34-0.
Oh no, there's definitely someone off there. It wasn't a position change, but must have been Nate getting out of the way of people there. How much longer can Maddie's tyres go through? We've got Merle joining us on the commentary box, but there's no point talking to him on anything because that's just not. Jonathan and Nate have just swapped positions. I think Jonathan's just gone off the circuit. Ooh, Fabio's come to the back of Eden at the moment, so I thought P3 would be the end point for Fabio based on the gap, but it looks like Eden's hard tyres are starting to fall off a little bit. Just looking at the rest of the field, and yeah, I don't think there's really much else going on based on that because yeah, the gaps are all minimising, so this is about the closest thing we'll have to a battle at the moment. Jordan could, not gonna lie, Jordan could get into the points at this point, a given point of time, based on the fact...
Jonathan just collected Joseph.
You're kidding me.
Coming onto the back straight, going through the snail section.
Any damage?
I'm not getting a good camera view. Oh yeah.
Oh, there's a heap of
right
damage.
Side.
Was it that point where they hit?
It was in the snail section. It looked like Jonathan lost it and Joseph had nowhere to go. That's oof.
Well, I think for Joseph it doesn't really matter much at the moment because he's got no one really fighting him in front, and he wasn't really catching Diogo behind. Sorry, he wasn't catching Diogo in front, and Philip behind hasn't been making much ground anyway, so there's not much to go there. Actually, hang on, speaking of which, Philip is in, as is Jonathan. So Philip's in. My guess would be for... well, Philip's going to serve his 5-second stop go. This is... if this is an attempt for the fastest lap, he's put it off horribly.
Yeah, you're not going to get on the last lap.
So Ken goes to P8, Mark goes to P9, Philip will just come out in front of his teammate, so Sector 1. Oh, Fabio on the last lap attacking the back of Redeem, but Redeem from last to first. What a race for Redeem. And Eden will just hold on to P2 from a hard-charging Fabio Lafacioli, so I would say...
Fabio just got a penalty on that last lap too.
Yep. I think it's fair to say that we won't be able to talk to any of our drivers today because none of them have microphones. So we'll be able to wrap this up pretty shortly. So Daniel crosses the line in P5, Diogo in P6, Joseph will come home in P7, probably going to have something to say to Jonathan based on what's happened there. Whether it was Jonathan's fault or just an accident. Ken... oh, actually Mark could very well... oh, don't go...
ooh, oh no!
He's held on to it. He's got DRS. This is it. Can he attack Ken for the last place on it? Is he going to go for a dive? Nope.
How's the traction going to be? He should have better traction.
Not quite.
Can you make a move here?
He could do it on the line. But what about penalties? We don't know about penalties. Cross the line and no.
Oh, Mark had a penalty. That wouldn't have mattered.
And Jordan's gone into the gravel and rejoined back on the circuit. So, and we got to tip our hat off
for Matty.
Yeah, we got.
He's got a puncture.
He's got a puncture on the last lap. But, you know, that's not bad, but...
At least he stuck it out. I like to see that.
Yeah, that's determination, that's guts, that's driver of the day material. But either which way, that's pretty much all the time we're going to have here for China for F3. Brett Keenan with Matthew Elliott signing out from China, and we'll see you again at Azerbaijan.